I see that video I sent you with the NYC boss.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. So I was like,
I did.
You know what I'm saying? Like that joint. Did you open that, Tyree?
No.
All right, well, let's start with that one.
Yo, the group text, I sent 2 joints. I sent, this first one was the NYC train, like basically some boys, the train stopped where some boy tried to commit suicide, but luckily the train stopped in front of him. Yeah.
Whooped his ass.
Like, yo, man, I'm late for work, Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but what was crazy is that the boy was on the tracks.
Yeah.
And everybody's like talking shit to him, and then he breaks his phone out and starts checking his phone like he has something planned.
Exactly.
I thought you planned the suicide.
Exactly. Start laughing and joking. Niggas like, dead ass, I'm late for work, but I'm gonna come down there and fuck you up. First of all, spit on him charges.
He was smiling, so he got spit on the face.
Exactly.
Like, right, that changed it. Yeah. No.
Wait a minute.
People spit? What the hell is going on here?
I was just trying to kill myself. I didn't come there to be.
Ray, I didn't come to be degraded, goddammit.
Like, they don't play the NYC is vicious, man. Like, I will give them that.
I understand the cops took him. I guess they like
302
them or whatever.
How many train stops on Broad Street line? Like, somebody at like, maybe only Columbia. They're gonna have Cecil B. Moore.
Columbia.
Right?
Damn. Exactly.
Maybe only Cecil B. where the Temple students might have some compassion, but
no.
his ass be at B&O.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, dog. You got 5 minutes.
Yo, you blocking the express, my man?
Yeah.
Yo,
you better go over to the local if you want to get this shit done.
I got a 9:15 interview, man. I can't miss this for nobody or anything I love, man.
Like,
but that's what I'm saying. But my whole thing is, what was he checking his phone for? Was he texting somebody? Yo, I just tried to kill myself, but it ain't work out.
It worked. I mean,
like,
it ain't hit me.
What?
The train stopped right in front of me. It was crazy. Like, fam, like, what's going on with these people, man? Like,
I don't know, but yeah, when they started spitting on the ball and everything like that, I thought
I was gonna get real. Yeah, he better be lucky.
The cops choked up.
Right.
But then around that time, I was thinking he probably was like, "Yo, I want to die. I ain't want to die like this though."
My man was over top of me. Get the fuck over here.
I'm waiting for work.
yeah.
Like, nah, this ain't no dead ass, big. Dead ass late for
Damn
work,
sure
big
you're gonna be
son.
later, worried about your ass getting ran over. Like, you need to find.
You decided you don't want to live today, so you want to mess everybody else's day up. Nah, fam, like, you gotta get
Like, you always want people to find a way to figure through it. Mental health is a gigantic monster that I can't belittle under any circumstances.
Period.
But you need to make it a victimless crime. Like, people like innocent bystanders need to be. See, that's a call for attention more than that's like my job, like
freeway overpass on
right. It's like at my job, if somebody calls me telling them that they want to kill themselves, like my first thought is, so you picked up your phone to call a stranger for it? Like, we do what's necessary for it, but if you was that gung-ho about it, like, you should be talking on your way
There's
between
been implemented some
55
self-doubt in there.
53.
Exactly.
Like, you should be on the way down. Like, goodbye!
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, like, there's room for
Yeah, I mean,
They're at the point where they're debating whether or not they're going to kill themselves. Maybe that's why they call in or something like that. But it's like they're not fully committed. Just like I said, the guy, why do you have a cell phone with you? If you want to kill yourself, who takes the phone out the house?
Yeah.
After you just tried to get hit
But he gets on it, like
laughing and joking, like you didn't have a revelation right there, like
take a selfie and post it.
I'm alive.
Like, what are you doing, man?
Let me ask you guys a question that somebody broached to me. If your life depended on it, you could not get a lyric wrong. You had to complete the song front to end. Your life depends on it. What song would you select? For me, Shadowboxing, Method Man, and Jizza. I already, like, in my head, I already know every goddamn word, every letter to that song. I'm a free man. I should be able to live. It might be one area that I got to focus on to make sure I get through it, but I'm confident.
Wait, you mean like you don't have a chance to go rehearse it or nothing like that?
No,
like
right now, spit or die. What's it gonna be? One song that you know, like.
I guess Nursery Rhymes is off the
It has to be an actual song. Yes.
Exactly. I'm trying to pick some quick, easy.
Yeah, that's a good one, right? And we probably should have went over this before we play, just to give you guys some time to think.
I don't know. I don't know if I can think of one off the top of my head.
Possibly. I feel
because there's always going to be a song that you know a lot of, but then there's that 1.7 where you're just going along with the beat.
I feel like if you maybe would have asked me this when I was like 14 or 15.
Oh my God, it's endless, right? Like a whole listing of one CD, right? Like,
every track, every word. Yeah, now.
Like all the death certificate.
Oh, please.
Well, you know what I want my first talent show off of. I was supposed to do it with a homie Oz Khalil, but he chickened out at the end. Tribe Called Quest, man.
Scenario?
Checked around.
Checked around? Okay.
Yeah.
So I might be able to do scenario too, but
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You might think it, then you start spitting it. You
no, scenario's pretty solid. The first one, not the second one. Although I know most of the second one, but I don't see where I even know Dinko D part in try and scenario.
Oh man, I don't even.
But yeah,
that's a tough.
It's crazy now in our late 30s. Like you said, like when we was kids, like I'd have ran off damn near the entire Enter the 36.
Ain't no half step with Big Daddy Kane too. Okay. I could do the verse. I could do a verse.
Okay.
Over there, yeah, you know.
BCD.
Well, yeah, man. The name is Big Daddy. You know.
No, you said a verse.
Oh, I gotta do the whole song. Oh, I gotta do the whole.
This is your life, dog. I don't give a damn about a verse. You got to do boom, boom. And if they say some shit in the hook, you better have it right.
We're gonna go back to Tribe Called Quest.
Check the rock, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, I don't know. That's a tough one. I might just be dead. He ain't make it.
Yeah. But see, what you got to think about that old school brain. Like I said, I went to shadow boxing just because, when I was that age, I still do love that song, but I just used to play that joint over and over and over. Like, it's got to be something like that. Like,
yeah, and I have it. Like when you said death certificate, I used to run that tape to death.
Right. That's why I said it to you. Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if I could.
Notorious B.I.G. I can run.
I don't even know if Q.
I can run. I got a story to tell too. You know what I'm saying?
The whole joint.
Oh yeah, man.
Okay. You wait. So the interlude too?
Yeah, fucking niggas.
1, 6, 7, and something like that.
Oh yeah, I got to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was shook daddy, but I forgot I had the Roscoe on me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got some lie? You know what I'm saying? It's a good day for you, baby. You know what I mean?
That's a tough one.
Yeah. All right. So let that be your homework next show. You can come up with.
I knew she was a shiesty.
But see, what I love about the question is that
you got to.
His integrity is that he could have said any song.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, I can't honestly say that I can say that whole song, so I'm not going to. That's
But
you.
But you did like, the nervousness would kick in with me when it get really ready to start. Like, I just said them.
Right.
But it'd be like, hold up.
How it start? Give me the first couple words. I'll take it from there.
Hold up, man. I can't. You set my life though. You gotta give me a second on this, on everything I love right here.
Right.
You talking all that shit. Next thing you know, Big Daddy come out from nowhere. Like, let me hear you say it. You're like, oh.
No, I said I could do a verse, Kane.
Right.
I said I could do a verse.
You in the background mouthing it. No. That's intense. That's intense.
Yeah, it's a tough one. There's a lot of dead bodies behind that.
You know what I'm saying?
The first word you stumble over is no.
Right.
Come on, man. Gotta let a nigga live with that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not death, anything,
No. That's a good one.
No, but death is the ultimate price.
That's the ultimate.
Yeah. What movie was that? 4 rooms.
Okay.
There was 4 different hotel rooms, and each room had a different story, kind of Pulp Fiction-esque. And in the last room was Bruce Willis, Quentin Tarantino, and somebody else. And the guy had a lighter in his hand, and he had a bet that he could flick the lighter and the flame come out 5 times, and if he didn't, they paid the waiter to chop off his finger. And the first time he did it, it just sparked, no fire. He just went, choop, walked out the room, took the money. Yeah. So, you don't have to play with your life. You could also play with your finger, hand, whatever. Just one of those things.
That's all. But where's your music at? How much do you really know? You know what I'm saying?
Because there's not a lot of songs that I'm doing that with, but
for the culture.
There should be one.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know if I could do one. It's funny. I say that now, but also at the same time, I'm thinking I was about to say, if I got in the car and something came on the radio and I was singing along,
and if they played the instrumental in the background of the joint,
that's a crutch.
But that's a sing-along.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a sing-along. You got to know all this kind of acapella.
Exactly. You got to do Acapulco.
You got to sing it almost like you wrote it.
From the tippy.
Yeah.
From the tippy.
That adds an element.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He was in that joint.
Can't even get the beat. Can I get a beatbox?
Right.
Somebody beat on the table.
Yeah, I was stumbling. I thought I was good on maybe like Lights of This, but I stumbled all through that joint, and that's it.
AZ joint, no.
This reminds me of the realism of a life of virtuality, and that's it right there.
Right. You already messed up right there. Exactly. Yeah, boom. If I made a movie, I would definitely have a scene where Kurt was like, "Give me a whole song and I won't kill your ass." What? Yeah. They would do "Life's a Bitch." Boom.
Might be better off. You might be better off trying to sing like some old school R&B.
But there's some things you just have to avoid. Like, don't go Twister. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell me Adrenaline Rush is your favorite song. Don't go Buster, because, hey, yeah, you don't even need to.
You go try to give me some more.
Right. Avoid Bone Thugs and Harmony. Because you don't even know what the fuck they said. It just sounded hot.
Like, after Bone.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like Busy Bones verse in The Art of War, like, it felt like he just started rapping, and it was hot. It was hot. And they had the guns in the background, but at some point, I don't know what the hell he's saying. I just know it was on point. I know, I guess, damn near anybody nowadays, like Migos and all that shit, like, I don't know what the hell they saying.
See, this was 97, I could have been like Triumph. It ran down the whole joint.
Yes, 100%. But today, I feel confident about like 97% of the song, but it only takes one word to, pull that trigger. So
he's sitting over there just rubbing
Socrates, philosophies,
high top apostrophes.
Right, exactly. Like,
rap.
Yeah, man. That joint was so fire. You don't even want to get. God forbid you mess up a you God. You're just gonna feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, damn it, man. Of all the verses, like yours is the worst. I still messed it up.
Out the sky, golden farms.
No.
Dang, I thought he said golden farms.
Try to ODB, shame on you. Shame on you.
Oh man, half of that wasn't even English, so I don't even know if you even want to try that. Yeah.
You might get a pass like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, we gonna wait.
Because they got
nobody to verify that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring out.
He'll let you give yourself away on that one.
Like, bang! Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, you gotta sell some ODB. They be like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's it. You gotta go all the way to
Favorite member of the Wu-Tang Clan?
Oh, that's Method Man for me.
Always been? Has it changed at all?
No, it hasn't always been.
Okay.
For a period there, it was Raekwon. When Method Man first came out, the actual song, I didn't like it.
Okay.
And I know people thought I was crazy. I was like, no, I'm not feeling it. I actually didn't become a fan of the song until years later.
Gotcha.
It just took a while to grow on me, but it's Method Man for me.
What about you, Sleeves?
What's the second album called? Tikal?
Yeah.
That
was the first
album.
That was the first album.
Method Man, was it 2000?
Tikal 2000.
That was the second album. All right, well, Tikal, the first album, Release Your Dough?
Yeah. That's money. That's cash money. That's on my gym playlist. Keep it moving up.
Well, I wouldn't say one. I
Style,
can't do one without the other. It's Ghost and Ray. Like,
But you gotta pick one, man.
They did solo albums.
You gotta pick one.
Yeah.
It's Ghost and Ray, man.
No, man.
And I like Ghost too. And
it's not about who you
Ghost fan.
We like them all, like
because Ghost had that resurgence at one point.
Yeah, absolutely. They are hot. Like when I first started listening to it, like I would say in my life, Method Man was one. There was a time when Old Dirty was my favorite. There was a time when Ghost with Face was my favorite. And I'll say right now, like when I listen to Old Wu, like the best verses to me right now today, I would pick the Jizzle.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like the stuff he was saying then, I don't think I appreciate it as much as I do now, man. He's fucking fire, dog.
Even was it? Would you say it was more of a commercial attempt? I don't know if it was, but for me, it still worked for me. I forget the exact name of the song, but the hook was Breaker Breaker 1-9, clear the line. Can you
Breaker Breaker was the song.
Short around.
Breaker Breaker. Yeah, no, that's exactly what that was. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It worked. I was like, oh, it still was.
Exactly, man. Because his verses was on point, man. Like all his thoughts were sharp.
To me, they are. See, I have these conversations in my head all the time. To me, they are the greatest hip hop group ever.
True.
But I also have that debate about who's the greatest hip hop group. Who's the greatest hip hop duo?
Because it's almost not fair to compare Outkast to the Wu-Tang Clan. Like you can't. And there are many people that consider Outkast the best duo. But I'm saying there are a lot of people who think they're the best group of all time. But it's like, I mean, Big Boy would be like 5th on the list of, maybe even different than that on the list of Wu-Tang. Now, 3 Stacks is one of my favorite 4 or 5 rappers in the world ever. So I would obviously have high regard for him.
I've always liked Big Boy.
It's not.
I've always been a big fan of him.
And I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm saying, like, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah. That's a hard one to say, like, but to your point, it makes a lot more sense to to not compare your average
It's not
group
fair.
to non-MCs
Who are all
that
dope.
all dope. Like you don't
not
need a
fair.
hook. Like they
Yeah.
could just all do each verse,
Exactly.
and that's the song. Like that's impossible to compete with when you only have 2 or even 3 people. Like you know what I'm saying. So to that point, and I think most of the time when I'm thinking about what you just said, when you go to the duo, it gets down to Mobb Deep and Outkast. And if we go at that point, then Big Boy greater than Havoc. So I would take Outkast.
Nah.
But see, and then it,
No.
Don't.
But see, but still,
Because Havoc's the dual threat between the lyrics.
that's
No,
what I was about to say.
I don't disagree with that. I understand.
And the production, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like,
That is a valid opinion that I can't disagree with. I'm just telling you my feelings.
no, I understand.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
I can't. This ain't the type of thing where you can shit on somebody for thinking the other way. Like there's no wrong answer to that. As long as you have it amongst them two, I'm not saying they have to be like the
No, that was the only. That was the only.
what I
Actually,
mean?
you just took it right out of my mouth because that was the other. Once you said the duo,
Because when you go, like you gotta go like history. Like they were like Helter Skelter was dope, but it was like a short. What MOP? Maybe you throw them in there, and
That's
you can't
another one.
really throw a flag at that because that's hardcore.
But that's hardcore, but that's still like even on the whole lasting thing with everything like between what Outkast did with the movement between just them and then
Dungeon
the branches
Family.
of them
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything of that, and the same thing with Mobb Deep with the branches of them from QB and all the production and the collabs they did with everybody. So like like MOP loving to death, but they
So you would take Mobb Deep?
over MOP.
No, I'm just saying. He said I'm talking about favorite duo. You would take.
I mean right now for probably.
Nah, if I had to take a duo, I would take Outkast over MOP.
I mean not MOP over Mobb Deep.
No, I'm
I mean,
talking about.
Mobb Deep,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So you would make Outkast the best duo
Over
Yes.
MOP.
But I'm not mad
But I'm
at
talking about
Outkast.
period.
The best duo, period. Yep.
Yeah,
Outkast.
right. Yeah. No.
I don't see any other two.
I mean,
MCs
and
that.
like I said, there's no wrong answer if you
No, I mean,
went
I can't argue with that
EPMD
Outkast.
or MOP or a public,
Yeah, nah.
a public enemy is
what-
bigger than duo, but you.
See,
know what
that's
I'm saying.
it.
Then, right, then you
know
get
what
to
I mean?
those.
And then you have other people like you, right? So like Nas might be considered a solo MC, right?
Yeah.
But then you got Rakim, and it was Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah.
Even though Eric B. was just doing
Same
DJ
word.
productions.
The OGs,
You see what I'm
that
saying?
bring
But
it
it's
down.
like, you know
Right,
what
that's
I mean?
like this Gangstar duo.
Right. You know, exactly. So,
Yeah.
it's kind
Yeah.
of. But if I had to choose between Gangstar and Eric B. and Rakim, I think I'd take Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah,
And that's the essence.
Yeah, I think this room.
That's the essence.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no Gangstar without Eric.
And I grew up on
Right.
Gangstar, though.
We all did.
Yeah, but they come from the essence from
Even
the
the
Eric B.
Jazzmatazz stuff.
I remember listening to Jazzmatazz when you had it.
So,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So, it's like.
Lemonade was a popular drink, and it
Nice
still
and
is.
smooth. That's your favorite
You know
duo?
what I'm
Nice and
saying?
smooth?
Right. Yeah, maybe you think nice and
Man, Parker was a great big whale. I knew a fat girl who broke the scale. You
I
won't
remember
tell.
that one episode of Boondocks where the white dude was like, they went to the lemonade and said, lemonade is a popular drink. And it still is. Like, damn, that was so money, man, to drop that line in that cartoon. I damn near stood up and clapped, man. That's beautiful.
That happened in the
That's
Luke Cage
beautiful.
episode.
Yeah, it probably did.
In the season 1, they had a Dwick episode, and in the part, somebody was getting interrogated, and they came in. It was like, lemonade. It's a popular drink. Still is.
The other dope thing about Luke Cage, just to go all around the world with it, the musical acts that they have.
Playing in the club.
Yeah, because this year they had this dude that was playing. He was playing BB King's "Thriller's Gone." I forget the young boy's name, but he turns out he was like an 18. He is an 18-year-old like blues guitar prodigy that they just put on. Like, one episode has Ghostface. One of them have one of the Marleys on there. Yeah, no, they do a lot, man. That's just a dope element that they could just throw in, and it makes
And that would be
sense
my
for
favorite
the show.
member, Ghostface. If I got
After careful considerations.
That was really good.
I feel you. That's good.
That was
That's
the background process.
Yeah.
respect to the Chambers, you know what I'm
Right
saying?
on, man. Right on.
You know, Ghost helped me through a lot of times in my life.
The beauty of the group is that we all pick different answers, and they all make sense.
I put a lot of money up, I'm hating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's back when I was taking your cell phone, going out in the park and shit, you know what I'm saying?
I do remember. my
Never
cell
be
phone
the
dying
same
in the
again.
hands.
Little chick. for years on that. See you reunion time. Season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's
season. 9-8 season.
Sleeves, I brought something up. I don't know. Were you about to bring up something?
As long as we get back to Justice for Junior at some point, we can keep wherever you got.
Sleeves have mentioned something to me the other day that I should try to throw out there. Like the first time we did the show, I had on a Mr. Wonderful shirt. This time I got on this shirt, which is pro wrestling inspired. So I thought maybe I could throw out some.
It's Legion of Doom.
Yeah, this is Legion of Doom. Without a lot of thinking, I'm proud of you right there. Because some people, one dude said Demolition. We ain't friends no more. But either way, so I thought
Hawking in them.
it was not too long ago that they did an Andre the Giant documentary on HBO.
Yeah, I watched it,
was
man.
very good, right?
I didn't text you about
I gotta watch that.
But either way, thought I'd throw some facts about Andre the Giant. Give you guys some facts that you guys may have or have not heard.
Okay.
These come from various podcasts, books I've read, things like that. So I don't know.
Expertise over here.
I don't know if you guys remember Kamala.
Yes.
Yeah, so Kamala, for those of you who don't know, he was a giant black man who wrestled, claimed he was from Africa.
Yes.
He was really from Mississippi. He actually wrote a book. And in the book, I own the book, he talked about...
I read the book.
Yeah, I read the book. He would have conversations with Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan would ask him, brother, does Andre the Giant check your oil? Kamala said, what the hell are you asking me? I don't know what you, like in my car? Does he service my car? Like, no, brother. Sometimes when he pins me, he shoves his thumb up my ass. Kamala made the same face you made and politely told him that no, he doesn't check my oil when we wrestle.
Andre respects me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and to that point, like they actually had beef, and he had to pull a gun on him once. Kamala did on Andre the Giant because he heard him make a racial slur, and he just wanted him to know that I'm not taking that shit.
Well, Andre the Giant be the racial.
Yeah. There's another story about that we'll get to maybe some other day. Yeah, I don't. Well, he did it first, so maybe not. So routinely when he and Hulk Hogan would wrestle, he would just shove his giant 7'4", 500-pound thumb up his ass through the yellow trunks.
His thumb is like that.
Right. His thumb is like my fist. Yeah. So that's one.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
Right.
Hogan kick out was like no other.
Right. Exactly. He wanted to get out of there.
Hogan kick out took you like 4 feet off the mat.
Yeah. When he would wrestle.
That's where that leg drop came from.
I heard a whistle.
Right. When he would wrestle people he didn't like Macho Man, he didn't like Jake the Snake, he would like sometimes step on their hair and like pull them. I don't know if you remember, he wore this singlet. He was a big man sweat. Sometimes he would take the strap of the singlet and wrap it around their mouth while he was choking them just to get like that giant sweat down the gullet.
Because even in the documentary they were saying the match went.
That's worse than hot dog.
Andre went.
Exactly. Yeah.
He dictated whether or not
it's like wrestling with a bear in real life. Yeah. Another thing, he did a lot of tours in Japan. He would go to Japan. He's 7'4".
Because that was before he came to the U.S., wasn't it?
No, he would be in the U.S. Andre was special because they would sort of farm him out. Like he would not stay in one place for more than maybe 6 months. So he might be on the East Coast for 6 months, go down south 6 months, go to Japan 6 months, go to another country, come back to the West Coast, that type of thing. Japan has sometimes smaller accommodations in like the restrooms because they're
laboratories
of gigantic size. So what do you do if you're 7 feet tall in a small accommodation and you have to take a shit?
Where do you go to the bathroom?
You might use the tub.
Woo!
Or sometimes you might just shit standing over the bed and just let the hotel staff deal with it. It was not uncommon for him to do either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now the tub I get because he can't fit in the bathroom.
Exactly.
You got gotta take a shit. You understand that? But
And at least you could probably wash that down.
Over the bed and
that's just an arrogant.
Right.
What are they going to do?
I have to shit.
Well, I guess at least you could just take the sheets off and just throw all that in there.
Yeah, unless it was wet and it went over. Like there's a lot of variables that you're not even. You don't. Yeah.
You talk about a man who used to drink like mad cases of beer to get
right.
drunk,
I think like 106 beers in one setting. 106 beers.
Let's be real. Is he really just going to shit on the bed and then go piss in the toilet?
106.
It's all
106 12-ounce beers
It's
in one
all going
setting.
down the same
Wow.
thing. Pissing on the bed too.
Wow. Big man, that's for sure.
Big man, that is for sure. So yeah, just thought I'd drop that jewel. Maybe I'll think about somebody else and bring them up too.
Ty's Corner.
There's a lot of them.
Appreciate that. Well-known wrestling facts, man. We bring you all that on Podcastbols, man.
Just check your oil.
And that's crazy because Hulk Hogan is a big dude.
Check your
6'8", 300 pounds at that time.
Nickname is the Hulk.
Right. But when
He's
your
on
other
there
nickname
small,
is the giant, shit.
Small guy.
In a world where everybody is based on their size from one aspect of another, to have your nickname the giant and to be respected as the giant, you got to be a big
amongst guys who already be like,
right, like nobody.
He's checking my hood, brother.
So there was that.
And the thumb of all fingers, like the thickest finger.
The thickest giant finger. Yeah, why the hell not? Yeah.
Not the pinky.
No.
Not that that made anybody.
No. Would you have a friend?
You gotta get one, Hogan.
Right. Yeah. So that's me. That's what I
that is awesome, man. That is actually.
I didn't know that. See, I hate when you find out that. Look, you can be racist, right? That's your prerogative. But it kind of hurts when you find out that one of your heroes or a celebrity that you were into as a child.
Right. I can't buy a Hulk Hogan T-shirt because of his thoughts. Like, and I, obviously buy them.
Come on, man. I grew up saying my prayers and taking my vitamins.
Oh, you never heard? Like, he got caught. I forget who it was. Recorded a conversation.
Somebody's daughter was dating her or something like that.
And he was talking about something, and the guy had mentioned that they didn't like blacks, and Hulk just jumped right on and was like, no, I don't blame you, fucking niggers or something like that. And the recorded conversation.
Don't like niggers, brother.
Now he's since obviously profusely apologized, and
I am a real American.
Because when he did it, like they.
As a kid, I'm always doing that. Like I said, taking my vitamins, saying my prayers. All that stuff he used to encourage you to do as a child.
I love the nigger dollar, brother. Right.
And I mean, like he didn't know cameras was on. That's not.
He had a lapse in a very bad.
But no. I was gonna say this too. It's not even a lapse. He knew what he was saying, but he thought it was a private conversation, probably between two white people.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it was Bubba the Love Sponge, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there because I don't really care.
Right. So that's why I'm like, this is a private conversation that was having between two white folks. But at the same time, you're not the average white dude. So you're the media's watching you. You have millions of fans around the world.
There's a different level of accountability. Yes,
there definitely is. So Hulk Hogan, I'm sorry, on the phone you can't say those kind of things.
No.
Actually, in all actuality, you probably just shouldn't even say that kind of stuff. Period. At any point.
Right. Like because it's going to get recorded like it was.
Right.
Like it did, brother.
Came back to bite you. And now I'm hearing that about Andre the Giant, changing my view on Andre the Giant.
So I don't know.
And my view on Kamala at the same time.
Right.
Kamala and you can tell Kamala was smart. Yeah. I'm not going to try to fight you, Andre the Giant.
Now, to that point,
I won't pull this piece out on you and let
Bad
you know.
News Brown, you remember Bad News Brown?
Yeah.
So they're on a tour bus in Japan. And before coming to WWF at the time, Bad News Brown was real big in Japan. That's where he got to start. So Andre made a racial joke on the bus. Bad News Brown told the bus driver to stop the bus, got out the bus, and called Andre to come out and fight if he's going to keep saying that shit. And Andre apologized. And I don't know if you remember the British Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Dynamite Kid corroborated the story. Said he was on the bus. He heard it. He saw it. This happened. Yeah.
All right.
So, like he was ready to scrap with him, man.
Like not wrestling. This ain't
no.
fake.
Yeah. I mean, but in addition to being, a wrestler, whatever, like he was an Olympic level judo player. Bad News Brown was. So he got a bronze medal in the Olympics.
And I'm sure
1970, whatever.
Andre probably knew that too.
He. In wrestling terms, he will be what you would call a shooter. Like people who fight in real life, they call shooters, and bronze Olympic level judo.
So
player,
Andre, there's a chance I might beat this guy, but it's gonna cost me.
Yeah.
He's gonna break some shit.
He's not gonna lay down.
According to Bobby the Braid, Andre was afraid of two people. He was afraid of Harley Race, and he was afraid of Haku. Either way, well, maybe I'll do another one.
He was like the Samoan boy, right?
Yeah, and he's universally recognized as the baddest wrestler, like the toughest in the world. So yeah, I'll do one on him one day because he's got some pretty fun ones too. But yeah,
I remember him. He looked crazy as shit. I remember him.
Like if you ask any wrestler who's the toughest, they say him, and don't say anybody else. Like him and like the Barbarian are the ones that come up the most
Barbarian.
in terms of like, yeah, no, they could kick everybody's ass and it wouldn't be close. And it's funny because a lot of wrestlers have like amateur wrestling background, so that automatically makes them badass. Like the Steiners, Dr. Death, like they could tie you up in pretzels, but even they defer to these two. Like, no, they'll fuck you up.
Oh, damn. That's what's up, man. I didn't know that.
No beef, B. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to old school black wrestlers.
You find it out right, man.
But there, the Haku was Tongan. He was from Tonga.
Yeah.
So I know
Different
we've had
lifestyle.
this conversation before, stuff. I know where you're going there. Black is black, right. Yeah, they are.
Go Google the last king and queen of Hawaii. See what images you get.
I get it. Yeah. Anyway,
Samoan.
Yeah. They don't fuck around, man. They breathe differently over there.
Yeah.
Solid. That's rock.
yeah, they play for keeps.
All the
According
boys.
to
Must
this
be all
sister.
the
Yeah,
boys. Some
yeah,
of that
no,
boy,
right. That'll be a
I don't
good
know,
one.
man, husky. Husky.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever had porn?
Nah,
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's so nasty.
Doesn't
You
sound
don't want it.
good.
It's just this purple goop.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
I guess it's an acquired
Yeah,
taste.
Hawaiians eat different. Instead of French fries, everything comes with macaroni salad, which is
forgot,
just
yeah,
mayonnaise
yeah,
and
yeah.
macaroni and rice.
Oh,
There you
well,
go.
I won't be doing any side orders over there.
main
Yeah.
card.
I mean, they have the fries, but the generic platter is going to
No mayo.
2 scoop of rice macaroni salad. Like that's all the tour guide kept saying. Everywhere we went, because I went to Waikiki. Everywhere we went, and he talked about the special. Oh, good fried chicken, brother.
2 scoop of rice
Give you
macaroni
2 big pieces of fried chicken breast, 2 scoop of rice macaroni salad. Used to be $5 now, $8, brother. The inflation there went up.
You know what it used to be? It used to be 1 scoop of rice.
Right. Oh, brother, we passing this place. They got the best barbecue rib. They give you the barbecue rib, 2 scoop of rice macaroni salad. Oh, brother, it used to be so good at $8. Now it's $10. Yeah, this happened like at 5 different places. He would give us this spiel. Yeah.
2 scoop
2 scoop of rice macaroni salad, so good, brother.
That should be on the shirt.
Probably was over there.
I'm sure.
Macaroni salad. If you have that with every meal, yeah, you will.
Oh my God! Yeah, like that's just card fest. You just load the hell up on that, man.
With breakfast.
Right.
Eggs, sausage,
2 scoop of rice and macaroni salad. Yeah. Everything came with that. Man. Every buffet you went to, there was damn sure some macaroni salad,
2
some
scoop of
rice.
rice macaroni salad sandwich.
They ended up making that shit 24/7, dog. The fucking macaroni salad.
Right. I mean, you just a vat of macaroni and a vat of mayo. Stir. Yeah.
That's a meal. Shit, just 2 scoop of rice and macaroni salad alone will hold you down. That's
Oh
awesome.
man, don't think it wasn't. You throw an egg on top of it. Yeah, that's money. That was it.
I gotta go to Waikiki.
Yeah.
I see it for myself.
For many reasons, you should go there. Yes, good time.
Got some talk. Let's talk about the. I was having this conversation with my wife earlier.
Okay.
Justice for Junior. So it was the kid's name was Leandro Feliz Gomez Feliz.
Okay.
Which is his full name. So anyway, you probably seen the video.
I didn't watch the video, but I've heard
I
it.
saw it. Twitter.
I couldn't
it's-
sit through it.
After you see so many mentions, you just gotta click on it at some point in time. But so this kid is yanked out of a bodega, stabbed, chopped with a machete. It's an attempt on his life, so to speak. He manages to survive the attack, but then I guess staggers to the nearest hospital. He dies in the hospital. I don't know how much later he died in the hospital, but he dies in the
I
hospital.
think same day. I mean.
Same day, perhaps, right? So, there's a few things I want to talk about in this, right? When I first saw the video, I don't know. Not that I was some gangster dude or something like that. But I guess I've seen my fair share of fights, violence, and shootouts.
Sure.
So, when I first saw the video, I'm looking at it, and everybody's talking about it's a robbery. They robbed the address. Robbed him. You guys want some Ciroc?
No, I'm good. I'm just thirsty. I've been coughing. Thank you.
When I saw it, and I was explaining this to my wife, I was like, yeah, you know what? This doesn't look like a robbery to me. Like, just from my perspective.
Right.
One, who goes into a bodega that you know it's in the Bronx, you know they got cameras, to drag somebody out, I'll take a splash of that 2 sleeves, to drag somebody out of the bodega, to then rob them on the sidewalk.
Right.
This doesn't make sense to me. And also the level of aggression and the level of violence to me, it looked like retribution.
It damn sure strikes as premeditated.
Right.
Like, even if it wasn't I mean, all signs point to it being premeditated to the boy, but they went out with the target in mind. Like, if it was like a gang thing, this is the initiation to find a random citizen and do this too.
Or something like that.
Right, yeah,
right.
yeah.
Because there's knives involved. And who in 2018 robs people with knives?
Right.
5 of y'all, can one of y'all get a gun?
Yeah,
exactly. It just wasn't adding up to me. So I was like, nah, this looks like retribution. This is something personal going on here. It's not just a robbery. Maybe it was a robbery as like a matter of convenience.
Right. That was the motive. But in addition to.
But initially we came there because of some personal stuff that happened. And that's what I thought. And then later on we find out that it was a case of mistaken identity. Those guys were looking to kill some kid who exposed one of their relatives, somebody close to one of the gang members, exposed a sex tape that they had made or something like that. You know? And then I was like, see, I thought it was something more.
But I'm about to come kill you with a machete off the sex tape. Like, this even that?
Well, look, when you mess around with rape and sexually assaulting people, you can't expect people to react any way in particular, rational, like you said. You never know how somebody's going to react to that.
Yeah.
Because if it's your daughter or your sister or your aunt,
dead shit, they bit you by the throat and rips.
And in this day and age, it's not like it's a sex tape that got released in the 90s on VHS. No, it's a sex tape that's everywhere in a matter of moments.
Right. It takes you 5 minutes from 3 or 4 swipes.
And everybody in the neighborhood sees it. Everybody in the city, everybody in the state. And then once it starts trending online, people start searching out, well, what sex tape is it? Make everybody in the nation looking at whatever female of yours is. Female relative of yours is that's being exposed on this tape. So that was one thing. And I was like, I could kind of tell that was like something that was very personal. You know what I mean? It didn't just look like a normal robbery to me. But then I heard people talking about, why is everybody just standing around, like just recording it and not doing anything else? And look, this is where I was having a conversation with my wife. I was like, yeah, no doubt. When you see something like that going down, your first response should be to call the police. Call for help.
I hope so.
But at the same time, I can't fault somebody for not getting involved in a person being attacked by 5 armed assailants.
Yeah, but you don't need to be there with your phone.
And you're unarmed, though. No. You don't have to stand and record it. But it was a good thing they did because it helped catch them. But I personally think that in that situation, you can't fault a bystander for not jumping in. Now, look, you know me. Somebody stabbing you, 2 dudes, I'm going to try to help you out. I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah.
I know you.
Same, right.
Somebody stabbing you, 3 dudes, 4 dudes, I'm going to try to help sleeves out. I know you. A stranger?
Yeah.
No, even though it's the right thing. A woman getting stabbed by 4 or 5 dudes. It's a woman, defenseless, small. I can't jump in that.
I'm calling the cops crazy.
Look, 2 dudes, 2 dudes on a woman, roughing her up, no weapons. I'm gonna do something.
Civic responsibility comes to play. You want to act in that moment, but if it's
no blades out,
a bunch of people getting stabbed, a bunch of people stabbing one person, that you don't have any,
machetes,
you know what I mean? Like
you can't expect. It's not realistic to expect someone to.
I'm a big value dude. Where's the value in you running to knives without a weapon of your own?
Yeah, you bring fists to a knife fight.
Yeah, right. Like shit.
Unless you are certified to kill.
Yeah, I guess. Like,
and
we're talking about the average citizen that doesn't go in there. Right. If you're going in there with a plan to disarm all of these knives and you know what you're doing,
like step up. You're Jason Bourne or Jackie Chan.
Right. And that's a high level. Like
that ain't the average man. So that ain't.
You could be a Navy SEAL and see 5 people stabbing somebody. Man, shit, I'm not getting involved. And you're not wrong for that. That's like, I don't want to die today. Like,
even as a Navy SEAL. Your primary weapon is your gun, your firearms. Now, if you have the hammer on, right, no problem. But 5-on-1, even like you said, highly trained individual. I was telling my wife, I don't care if he was a black belt karate. 5 dudes with knives, one with a machete. Odds ain't in your favor.
No, right. You can't be a jiu-jitsu savant and do that.
You don't try to grab
intimate. Right. Exactly. Right,
you might choke one out. Adrenaline will help you choke one out, but then you're going to bleed out.
Yes,
you're going to bleed out.
People's Hernandez type thing.
Yeah, you want to go around choking the dude out, getting stabbed out yourself.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work. So I couldn't fault people for not getting involved. But at the same time, like I was explaining to my wife, I was like, but it was good that somebody did actually, I hate to say it, stand around and record it, because if they hadn't stood there and done maybe what some people consider to be the wrong thing, these guys would have gotten off scot-free.
In theory, in time.
Maybe it would have taken longer. Because the video would have gone viral.
Right, yeah.
And it would have just been another brutal murder in the Bronx, gang related.